everybody. So, in today's video, I want to explain the difference between client-side rendering and server-side rendering. So, let's get to the meat of the matter. Okay. So, I have a couple annotations, and I'm going to explain what those are. But if you want just definition, okay, client-side rendering is when I'm going to pick one resource, okay, which is JavaScript. Like if you don't know what a resource is, that's fine. Um, just take me by my word, okay? One of the resources that a server sends when you go to a website, one of the resources that a server sends to you to use that site is JavaScript, okay? So client-side rendering is when you go to a website, the website sends you the resources, one of which is JavaScript, and the JavaScript runs on your computer. That is what is called the client side rendering. Now, on the other end, server side rendering is the opposite. When you go to a website, the server sends you resources, all right, it sends you resources, but the JavaScript is executed on the server. So the server will execute the JavaScript and sends you just the pure resource. Um, Now let's do some annotations, okay? So this is my computer, for example, and this is the server. Every website that you go to is hosted on a computer somewhere. That kind of computer has a special name. It's called a server because it can serve you a web page that you request or a resource that you request. So this is the computer hosting www.b.com. So when I go to www.b.com, my computer sends a request to this computer or the server, asking it for any resources that is stored at this location. Now, this is what noting, okay? B.com, which is the same thing as b.com forward slash. When I go to this website, this is what I'm saying. I'm saying, hey, this computer, send me all the resources that you have on this path. That's what I'm saying. If I go to b.com forward slash login, okay, I'm saying, hey, computer, send me all the resources that you have on this path. So that's what that mean. That means those route means. Okay. So when I go to b.com, it will send a request to the computer, and the computer will send in return will send me those resources that is stored at this location on the computer. Now, what it sends me, okay, what it sends me is one of the difference between client-side rendering and server-side rendering. In client-side rendering, it sends me the some JavaScript. If b.com has JavaScript, okay, images, imgs, CSS, okay, and so on. So Now, because I'm talking about React, JS, and Next.js, I'm going to pay attention to JavaScript more. Okay? So, again, I'm talking about client-side rendering. Okay? When I go to b.com, my computer is going to send a request to the server, and the server will in turn send me a JavaScript. Okay, that JavaScript file will be will be loaded on my computer, and it will be executed on my computer. Executed on my computer. That is what client-side rendering is. It will be executed. The page I'm looking for will be rendered. Because the page depends on the JavaScript. So the JavaScript needs to be rendered first before I can see the page. Now let's look at the opposite. Okay, I'm going to do this on the next video. So stay tuned.